Both Sergio Perez and Daniel Ricciardo have been shown the door at Red Bull, but their journeys in Formula One might not be over just yet. According to Red Bull team boss Christian Horner, the pair could find their way back to the F1 grid in 2026 with the newly formed Cadillac team. Horner recently stated he wouldn't be surprised if Perez or Ricciardo became part of the General Motors-backed project, considering the limited pool of experienced drivers and the influx of rookies this season. His prediction seems plausible, especially with Cadillac's likely need for seasoned professionals to navigate the challenges of their debut. Neither Perez nor Ricciardo will feature on the grid next season after both were ousted from the Red Bull family. Ricciardo was benched in September, making way for Liam Lawson to prove himself at Red Bull's junior team. Lawson seized the opportunity, delivering a solid 6-race stint that earned him a promotion to the senior Red Bull team over Yuki Tsunoda. This ultimately displaced Perez, whose underwhelming campaign sealed his fate. While their exits mark a pause in their careers, the prospect of Formula One expanding to 11 teams in 2026 with Cadillac's entry does offer a glimmer of hope for their return. Given that Cadillac will almost certainly prioritize experience for at least one of their driver slots, both Perez and Ricciardo naturally emerge as top contenders. When asked about the potential of Ricciardo completing a comeback or Perez continuing his F1 journey with Cadillac, Horner didn't rule out the possibility. Speaking to TalkSport, he remarked, "I wouldn't be surprised, not at all. Someone like Sergio, with his experience, could absolutely be a target if he decides to extend his career in Formula One for Perez. However, the immediate future involves taking a step back." Horner confirmed the Mexican driver is embarking on a sabbatical, giving him a chance to recharge and reassess his ambitions. Checo has been on the treadmill for a long time now, Horner explained. This time off will give him the chance to spend time with his family and decide whether he wants to return to Formula One or explore other categories like sports cars. Only he can determine what comes next. Ricciardo, on the other hand, has signaled a sense of closure regarding his F1 career, but even that could change under the right circumstances. Meanwhile, Cadillac's entry into Formula One presents both challenges and opportunities. As a new team, they'll face the monumental task of building a competitive car while adapting to the sweeping technical regulation changes set for 2026. However, Horner was quick to clarify that Red Bull's focus remains unchanged despite the addition of an 11th team. "For us, it's business as usual," he said. "They've got their own mountain to climb, and we're focused on staying at the top of ours. The paddock will certainly feel a bit busy, but it doesn't change much for us." It's worth noting that both Perez and Ricciardo have faced criticism that arguably doesn't reflect their full potential. Perez, in particular, has been judged harshly based on his last 2 years at Red Bull, where even Max Verstappen admitted the car was notoriously difficult to drive, designed specifically to suit Verstappen's style. The car proved a daunting challenge for others, which raises an intriguing point. What could Perez achieve in a car tailored to his strengths? The odds of him delivering strong performances in a more compatible setup are not just possible, but likely. From Cadillac's perspective, signing experienced drivers like Perez or Ricciardo could be invaluable. As a new team entering uncharted territory, they'll need seasoned professionals to guide them in car development and overall team improvement. For Cadillac, this isn't just about racing, it's about building a foundation for the future. Realistically, who better to lead that charge than two drivers who bring a wealth of experience, adaptability, and a proven ability to thrive under pressure? The idea of Perez and Ricciardo spearheading Cadillac's debut in Formula One isn't just appealing. It makes a lot of sense. Both drivers have demonstrated their talent in the past, and given the right circumstances, they could very well rediscover their form. It's a partnership that could benefit both parties, but whether it happens depends on how the next few years unfold. Let's not forget that it's been almost 50 years since an American automaker competed in Formula One. Despite getting snubbed earlier this year when its bid was tied to Andretti Global, General Motors somehow managed to find a way to join the elite paddock. They did so by parting ways with Michael Andretti and hitting some crucial operational milestones throughout the year, convincing Formula One to give them the green light. But what's more important is that they've already confirmed that Ferrari will supply their engines for their 2026 debut. After Cadillac's F1 entry was confirmed, rumors started swirling about GM's plans to develop its own Formula One engine. While the automaker has reportedly begun work on a power unit, it won't be race ready until somewhere between 2028 and 2030. Well, Cadillac has now cleared the air, announcing that Ferrari will supply engines for the team's inaugural season and beyond, at least until GM's engine program is up to speed. Ferrari team principal Frederic Vasseur expressed his excitement about the collaboration, saying, "It's great to see the commitment of another American team, backed by one of the most highly respected marques in the motor industry, at a time when Formula One is increasing its popularity in the United States." The idea of seeing Sergio Perez and Daniel Ricciardo behind the wheel of a Ferrari-powered Cadillac seems like a dream come true for Formula One fans. For Perez's massive Mexican fan base, it would be an even bigger deal. Supporting a North American team with one of their own at the helm would feel like a perfect fit. Plus, having such a strong connection to the region could give Cadillac a massive head start when it comes to revenue and fan engagement. And let's not forget Ricciardo, a fan favorite around the world. His charm and popularity could add even more momentum to Cadillac's entry, making them an instant hit with the global F1 audience. Pairing these two drivers could be a marketing and performance jackpot. But for now, this is all speculation. Cadillac hasn't dropped any hints about its driver lineup yet, so we'll have to wait and see which direction they decide to take. The possibilities, though, are very exciting, but it's still anyone's guess who will be sitting in those seats when the 2026 season rolls around. One interesting option is Valtteri Bottas. With his experience in top-tier teams like Mercedes and Alfa Romeo, he knows exactly what it takes to develop a competitive car. He's been through the highs of podium finishes and the challenges of underperforming machinery, which could be invaluable for a new team like Cadillac. While he might not deliver instant championships, having someone like Bottas on board would set a strong foundation. Plus, there are already rumors that he's been in talks with Cadillac, which adds some excitement to the mix. However, at the moment, he is with Mercedes as a backup driver. Then there's Jack Crawford, a young American talent who could fit perfectly if Cadillac wants to lean into its North American roots. He's been climbing the ranks with stints in Red Bull and Aston Martin's junior programs, and has even tested F1 machinery. Crawford's potential makes him a fascinating option if Cadillac is looking to bet on a future star. Another big name tied to Cadillac's F1 entry is Colton Herta. He's been so close to F1 for years, but hasn't made it due to super license issues. With enough time before Cadillac's 2026 debut, Herta could finally gather the points he needs and bring a strong American identity to the team. So, could Perez and Ricciardo stage a comeback with Cadillac, or will other drivers take the spot? Only time will tell, but the possibility feels more credible than far-fetched. What do you think? Let us know your take on this potential dream team in the comments below.